Good day, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back with you. I tell you, it's a trip working around this place. And look how thick of your questions I got to go through. So I had a no-show, so I've got about 45 minutes to be with you. And what we'll do is we'll go catch up with a lot of these things. And if I go past all these, I might have to read them, so forgive me for taking the extra time. But I haven't had time. I was looking through all my stuff here. I got all Dr. Jensen's library and everything when he passed. And this is Dr. Jensen. He belonged to the Arnold Ehret Club. Arnold Ehret. I don't know if you can see that. And Arnold Ehret had a club, and that's what we're doing with our thing here, is turning it into a private membership club. But 1928. Is that not fantastic? So in 1928, there was a ton of people thinking fruitarianism. So it goes back real far. And of course, probably Arnold Ehret was doing that 28 years previously. So you can go back and see the fruitarian thinking. And someone faxed me this from the government here. Or not from the government. Who put this together? Oh, no, this is the diet. I'm going to put this on because Ron Paul has introduced a bill to, my attorney sent this to me, and the FDA is getting too aggressive. So they're violating people's rights. Again, if you don't stand up for rights, you don't have them, and that's what's happening in this country. So the push the other way has got to happen a little bit. So Ron Paul is introducing a bill to grant us the right to have freedom of expression. We already have that right, but I'll post this so you guys can sign on. But I mean, it's like this FDA rating all these organic places and stuff. I mean, this is a problem. Some of these people need to spend some time in a little 10x10 gel here and contemplate their navel, become a Buddha. But I can't find what I was going to show you. Oh, well. But it was from the Smithsonian and National Geographic, and science has determined the Homo sapien a frugivorous species. And this chef I've got, he's a world-renowned chef. Poor guy had hard times, but on dialysis, working his way off. And he brought that to me. Someone said, why man's a meat-eating species, so he found this, and a little science besides a little nature path and a little place like Port Charlotte, Florida. Hunter Lester, thank you, bro, for this. Yeah, I mean, when you detoxify emotionally and mentally, it can rip you. I mean, and that's why we tend to go a little slower. You guys are just hogs, boy. You guys are ripping it apart. And I love it, because that's what I did. I ripped it apart. But, yeah, it can be emotionally, and it's a ride. But if you got that strength with it, sounds like you do, Hunter, man, you are going to ride that bull and ride it through. And that you're burning off your karma right and left. So you're kicking butt here, as far as I can see. Yeah, it kicks our butts. But good job, bro. Good job here. Kelly. Hey, sweetheart. We got a lot of people with this problem. And this has to do with the cerebellum. And I've talked to you before about this, about standing too long and down goes the blood pressure. And, this is all about cleaning your brain and cerebellum out here lymphatically, getting all this acid, the inflammation, so to speak, out of these areas and restore health and strength to those tissues. So that's going right back down to the kidneys again. Get those adrenals up. There's your neurotransmitters to help support that, the upper blood pressure number. So these are the connecting links to your problems. Just keep working on them. No, it doesn't. It takes years to dig in and to say I've got a clean body, but it doesn't take years to overcome these problems. Hang in there. You'll keep getting better and better and better. This is a process. This isn't a treatment-based thinking. You've already been that route and found it has no place for you. And 99.9% of the people come to that conclusion, that that's a dead-end road that sometimes can lead to disastrous side effects. So I'll say oftentimes and not. So really, you're doing quite well for yourself, but you keep going down this road. You'll be fine. You'll pull this out of you. But there's a ton of people like this, and you're just going to have to gear your life to that sort of thing, and you'll get back working. Everything's going to be good for you. Just keep hanging in there, sweetheart. Moving that lymph at all costs. Getting those kidneys and adrenals, get them up there. And then you'll see all this come out. Your stability of blood pressure will remain. Any nerve decay or neuropathies will rebuild. I mean, there's a whole 9 yards. The body will regenerate itself, sweetheart. So you're doing good. Hang in there. I like how you're hanging. I like how you're coming back. So good work, sweetheart. You're not sitting in the corner. I think I addressed this yesterday about fat metabolizers. I mean, about fasting, and it ruins your metabolism. And that's the kind of crap you hear out there, and that's what's out there. It's amazing. Street magic. You're having a tough time, my friend. I realize that. You might want to slow up if you want to. It'll lessen all that. Or you could be like Hunter Guy here. Man, you step on that accelerator. But there's consequences. And there's consequences in detoxification when you step on the accelerator. And we even have people, every day we deal with this at one level or another, because we have hundreds of clients. So every day we deal with people where they went on the herbs, and even the herbs cause too much movement of lymph, cause pain. So some people have to go real slow here. And okay, but as we keep going and we keep going and we keep going and we keep going, the train keeps going up that track and going up that hill. Pretty soon it reaches the top, and that's where you're going. So hang in there, Street Magic. No fun, but this gives you an idea, guys, the seriousness of what we're facing. I try to keep it light and I keep it simple, but the seriousness of what we're facing in acidosis and toxicity cannot be underestimated or understated. It's just, we're in serious trouble in the human race in our health issues. And that's because we decided to trust in a treatment-based modality that we trusted the intellectual mind. And it's really a lesson also in the use of the intellect, or the improper use of the intellect, and the control that intellect has on consciousness. And so there's a lot of lessons to be had in that for the human race here. But hang in there, because there is remedy. And that remedy is a process. And however long it takes you, it's a process, my friend. Get those kidneys and adrenals up there. That's your golden key there to cleaning the skin. Even though the skin is your skin is bearing the brunt of your kidney functions. And you get those kidneys filtering, and I will show you how your skin will clear right up, and the cysts and all the pain and things will come out of that body of yours, and you will be glad. Any scar tissue in time will rebuild at this level that you're at. If you have to come down off the herbs, come down off the herbs. Just do the diet. Just play with this and work yourself through this, Magic, and you'll come out, okay? I know. I have some people, their kidneys start filtering right off, and others don't. I guarantee I spent 40 years, the last probably 20, 25 years, really focusing on the kidneys, because I was like all the other practitioners. Didn't think at all about the kidneys. Not in terms of lymph. But boy, let me tell you, when you deal with this level of people that we deal with, you're right at what's the issue? Because any practitioner that is sincere in their heart and they want to get people well, they're gonna be, why aren't they getting well? What am I not doing? And think outside of the box of schools and intellects. Because, as I've said before, we don't know in biochemistry, we don't know the antagonistic chemistry we've created. We played with chemistry like it's nothing. We haven't considered the improper ratios that we're creating to chemistry and each other, and the magnetic rebonding that has to take place when that happens, and what that creates. We loosely use the word free radicals, but that in itself doesn't half explain what we're facing. So, you guys are really at the core of this, so good work, and we just keep plowing this field there, guys, so hang on there. You'd be better to soak in some salt water. Get some Celtic, Himalayan, or real salt and soak in that. Might help you there, Street Magic, and get yourself. You might add some ginger and some things to your brew that maybe helps to stimulate some movement a little more. But and the problem with using a lot of these creams. Now, this is the proxy, but a problem with using creams in your past is the suppression. It's like using steroids. When you come off of steroids, everything explodes because you can't suppress. And the medical community didn't understand that they were suppressing when they were treating symptoms. Pharmaceutical companies have not educated the medical community properly. So what you have is suppression of body symptoms. Suppression when the body is involved in expectoration. If you notice, most symptoms, the body's seeking to expectorate. Why would the body seek to eliminate? Like that lady that got the tumor out of her nose and the green mucus. And like, you're not happy about that? You're mad about that? It's like, oh, that's insanity. I can't imagine someone that wouldn't go, oh my God, look what I just got out. Keep it in there. That's the thing. And then later, major problems. So same with you, Street Medic. Keep going, my friend. You can work on that. Be careful with the creams and stuff. Don't agree with them at all. If you're going to use anything, use grapeseed oil, very healing to the tissues. Use some type of salve, maybe a comfrey or some type of nice salve that's healing to connective tissue and stuff. But reality is, what's in must come out, and your kidneys aren't doing it, so your skin's making up for it, and you can see how bad your lymph system is. Excuse me, someday you need to send me your eyes. Thanks, JG. You're really keeping up good with the videos and everything. Thanks, Jeff. Good man. I love all you guys. Nidzi, I don't know, what's your name, sweetheart? Love that picture. Is that you? You're a beautiful soul yourself. I didn't get this one, Steve. This is Steve in Rage. I mean, how the food, you mean beef is good and bacon is bad. I had blood pressure and I used to. I don't think any meat's good. I don't think dead animal tissue is good at all. I think a man only uses it to balance himself out on his road to eliminating this idea of eating dead animals and their milks. I think it's the grossest practice that humans have ever undertaken. Understand the reason why, because of the migration to northern climates and hostile environments to the Homo sapiens species, considering we're a frugivore and a tropical species, and the survival needs. We don't have that same need anymore. We have trucking and everything else. And we can put a lot of work in these third world countries, most are tropical zones, growing a lot of fruit for the world. That's incredible thinking. All the way from Iran, Stephen Rage. Good man, Iran. I love you guys over there. I want to see the world in a big hug. Group hug here. World needs to be in a group hug. Quit fighting each other. Group hug. Killing each other isn't the answer. Group hug. We all got to be on the rock together. So good. I love you guys over in Iran. Keep up the good work, guys. What's better, non-organic fruit or cooked food? Well, let me tell you, dear one, definitely non-organic fruit. You at least have something alive and full of chemistry. But when you cook it, you ain't got nothing. So, no question. You can always wash, obviously, the pesticides off, but even if you had a few pesticides on some grapes, and the power of grape to neutralize these neurotoxins are, far outweigh a few you would get